injured here. 1v1 Quest Heresy. Blue side is NoisyElmo as a Commissar Lord. Fights melee, has support and offense. And PaperBaG on the red side as a big stompy Warboss, good at disruption. Can support his boys with buffs too. Fights melee. Bashes through cover. 3 VPs up for grabs. Natural for PaperBaG in the north. Natural for NoisyElmo in the west. And a contested VP all the way out here in the southeast corner. Double shooters for PaperBaG, light ranged infantry, the usual opening for Orks. Very solid tier 1 infantry, solid DPS. Allow Orks to be aggressive when they get their big shooter, which is the way they want to play. NoisyElmo going down and putting 3 generators straight off can be risky if he's forced off in his first engagements. PaperBaG could push those generators. Commissar Lord puts up his default shield momentarily, so he takes no damage from the shooters. Sluggers catching poor guardsmen in melee. Guardsmen are pathetic in melee. Sluggers are pretty useful, especially when they get to tier 2 in melee. These shooters already have their big shooter forced off by the Commissar Lord though. He's going to be very important in tier 1, needing to tie up shooters. And he's doing so right now. Skipping a sentinel, going straight for heavy weapon squad. A sentinel would have it tough going against double shooters, you'd think. Sluggers working on this generator here, taking shots from these guardsmen who only have 3 members. Here's the heavy weapon squad. Have a heavy bolter which suppresses by default. Gonna set up on these sluggers who haven't lost a member. Determined to take out this generator. It's now being repaired by guardsmen. Sluggers take 2 losses, 3 losses, and the generator survives being double repaired. Commissar Lord taking this southeast VP for a 2-to-1 blue cap. Warboss takes the central requisition point.
The requisition point's in trouble.
Heavy weapon squad set us up. Just able to suppress those shooter boys. Is going to be flanked by the Warboss though, and in fact is forced off. Doesn't take a loss. Oh, it did take a loss. A last turret going up to protect these generators is scuttled. Another push on NoisyElmo's generators by PaperBaG, takes out 1. Commissar Lord gets suppressed, needs to put his shield up here, and does so. Gonna be forced off, I think. Mass retreat from PaperBaG. Doesn't take any shooter losses there. No war gear for either commander. Slugger's coming back on the field to take the southeast VP. Warboss getting too close to that heavy weapon squad, which did tons of damage. Guardsman. NoisyElmo being very risky, not reinforcing his guardsmen. Just 3 members on the squad. He goes straight to tier 2. Sluggers decap the southeast. Double shooters on the way back out. PaperBaG also goes tier 2. Where is this heavy weapon squad going? Looks like nobody's interested in taking this power node. All the way out on the northwest side. He's going to try and lock down PaperBaG's natural VP here. These guardsmen need to be very careful. Shooters are in fact forced off. Guardsmen can try and decap PaperBaG's natural. Maybe even cap this wreck point. Commissar Lord forces off these sluggers. NoisyElmo will hit tier 2 very soon. Guardsman did manage to decap and cap this wreck point. Doing so well, not even reinforcing these guardsmen here. Heavy weapon squad sets up, catching these shooters. They are forced off though, as are the guardsmen. Full retreat for NoisyElmo. PaperBaG needs to use this and start capping because a Chimera is on the way. War truck on the way for PaperBaG. Commissar Lord caps the southeast. Warboss goes to this northwest power. 437 plays 430, very close then in VPs. Map is in NoisyElmo's favour. Decapping this fully matured wreck point. 437 plays 423. War truck hits the field, as does the Chimera. Allows Imperial Guard infantry to reinforce around it. Also transports them. Guardsmen, of course, reinforce very quickly, which is why the Chimera is so useful. Also allows you to protect guardsmen from nasty AoE by putting them inside it. War truck, very much the same deal for Orks. Not quite as tough as a Chimera, only 350 HP. Chimera has 500. Weird Boy on the way for PaperBaG, always a great choice versus Imperial Guard. Chimera now working on these generators. Doing a pretty nice job too. This generator is going to go down. Sluggers have their knob leader and burners. So they are going to be incredibly bad news for Guardsmen if they can get into melee with them. I'm not sure why they retreated. Really have no idea why they retreated. Heavy weapon squad, I assume, had something to do with it. Stormtroopers hitting the field from NoisyElmo. Commissar Lord getting his carapace armor. Stormtroopers are on the field getting their anti-armor kit, which will be hugely bad for the war truck if they can get some rear armor hits. It's going to die very fast. Weird Boy on the field, sub-commander for Orks. Lovely artillery attack he has. Might see it here on his guardsmen. Attacking the Chimera instead, doing some decent damage to it too. Shooters are forced off. War truck goes down to Stormtroopers, who are now in melee of sluggers. Sluggers using Swamp'em to get into range. Now engage the Commissar Lord, who puts up his shield. Doesn't last long though. Sluggers forced off. Good engagement for NoisyElmo. Took out the war truck. Didn't lose any guardsmen, I didn't see. Though he still not reinforced them. This guardsman squad is fully upgraded with the Commissar, up to 12 members. This guardsman squad doesn't even have a sergeant. Tank busters on the way for PaperBaG to try and counter that Chimera. Very good build orders from both players. Warboss also has his devastating claw, which will be very bad news for that Chimera if he gets into range. NoisyElmo needs to keep a close eye on it. Hitting PaperBaG's power, should be shooting at this generator. Look at it, only 21 HP. Shooters going for the southeast VP. Chimera really hurting these shooters, down to 3 members. Tank buster barrage gets a couple of rockets on it, I think. Just too quick for PaperBaG to catch. Huge map control from NoisyElmo, even taking PaperBaG's natural VP here. 393 plays 370. Second Chimera hitting the field for NoisyElmo. We see stubbornness on the Commissar Lord, boosting his health regen. And carapace armor. Tank busters now wailing on the Chimera, but they are forced off. There's a warp vomit from the Weird Boy. His artillery attack really hurting those Stormtroopers. He didn't lose a member though. 2-to-1 cap for NoisyElmo. Starting to build up a lead, starting to assert his authority in map control. Cancelled that second Chimera. Guardsmen melting under shooter boy fire. Instantly being reinforced though. Reinforcing 3 at a time with the Commissar and Sergeant. Tank busters, rocket barrage, almost finishing off the Chimera, down to 86 hit points. Chimera backing out. Guardsmen in retreat, so they can't repair it now. Sluggers moving in on the Stormtroopers and takes out the Chimera. Stormtroopers were inside, now left outside, and he's not retreating them, now does. Pretty lucky that the Sluggers didn't engage on there. NoisyElmo goes tier 3. PaperBaG could go tier 3. PaperBaG really needs to make this count here. Hitting power. Weird Boy doing a decent job on this generator here. Here comes the Commissar Lord, level 2. Warboss is also level 2, has his boss pole. Generator was taken out, leveling the Weird Boy. Sluggers getting very low on health are forced off. That's zap from the Weird Boy on those guardsmen. And there's his artillery attack. Ouch. Warboss is leveled in melee with the Commissar Lord, who now has his power sword, using it to knock back this Warboss. NoisyElmo hitting tier 3 now. Has a lot of resources. He's not that far away from a Baneblade. Tier 3 for PaperBaG. Had to reinforce all of this stuff. Stormtroopers with a single member capping this southeast VP. Commissar Lord decapping PaperBaG's natural now, and this wreck point again. Stormtroopers decap and move away to recap this wreck point. Guardsmen down to 2 models, don't even have a sergeant here. NoisyElmo wants a Baneblade as soon as possible. Ouch. Upgraded sluggers catching guardsmen in retreat, down to 3 members. Sergeant, Commissar and a single guardsman. They will reinforce very quickly though. Inspire courage on this heavy weapon squad. Doing tons of damage to these sluggers. Swampum gets them into range and takes out the heavy weapon squad. Ard Boys used on these sluggers, global ability from the Warboss, boosting their durability. Trying to chase off this Commissar Lord, and they now retreat. Good job by those sluggers. NoisyElmo very close to getting a Baneblade, and now has it. Has it building in a way. It needs to wait 75 seconds, of course, for the thing to come out. And I'm not sure if it's the best idea. We have a Power Claw Warboss, tank busters, and if PaperBaG can get knobs on the field, that's a dead Baneblade, I think. Shooters retake the southeast 2-to-1 cap for PaperBaG. He's overturned this game. Was a huge advantage for NoisyElmo when he got that Chimera out. Well, he's pulled it out, taken out the heavy weapon squad, taken out the Chimera. PaperBaG hasn't lost a unit yet, apart from that war truck. There's nothing really he could have done for that. stormtroopers took it out in seconds. Only has one generator. The stormtrooper's lone stormtrooper infiltrated, going for PaperBaG's natural VP. Guardsmen, their retreat is stopped by their commissar. Get vomited on. Stormtrooper's surely gonna die. Tank bus is moving to force melee and down he goes. Knobs on the way for PaperBaG. Baneblade is on the field. Super heavy tank. Super unit for Imperial Guard. Bristling with guns. Quite slow moving though. Commissar Lord weighing into melee level 2. PaperBaG has now spotted the Baneblade. Sluggers forced off. Double las cannons and demolisher cannon aimed a main battle cannon. Knobs on the field for PaperBaG. Elite melee infantry will make short work of a Baneblade if they can get into range, along with that Warboss too, with use your choppers and the like. No armor upgrade for the Warboss yet. NoisyElmo doesn't have much capping power. 2 Guardsman squads and the Commissar Lord is all he can cap with. 307 plays 233, 2-1 cap for PaperBaG. Also has shooters guarding this southeast VP. Baneblade sitting pretty in the center of the map. Here come the knobs. Ouch. They didn't lose a member though. Are getting their U-jammers and have them. Warboss goes into melee on the Baneblade. Inspire courage on these guardsmen. Doubling their damage of course. Knobs going for the Commissar Lord here. Weird Boy not doing anything. Now fires. Knobs taking a lot of damage. Getting their knob leader here and are forced off in fact. Baneblade survives this engagement. Warboss forced off. Weird Boy needs to be very careful. And retreats. Shooter Boys guarding both of the VPs. Lehman Russ on the way for NoisyElmo. Not sure if that was the best idea. Still very, very lacking in capping power. In fact, lost his other Guardsman squad, which have plasma guns now. Tank busters forced off, as are sluggers. Going for PaperBaG's natural power sword, boosting the Commissar Lord's speed there. Taking Shooter Boy fire. Might die here, needs to pop his shield. And does, just in time. Healed up by stubbornness also. Lehman Russ forces off these shooters, nothing they can do. It of course cannot cap though. Here come Knobs. Only has 3 members. Baneblade saving the Lehman Russ. Cool the boys used to reinforce these knobs. Fantastic global ability that the Warboss has. That all Ork commanders have in fact. There's a demolisher cannon hit. Hits the Weird Boy right in the face. Lehman Russ survives for now. The heavy bolters on the Baneblade suppressing these knobs. And they are forced off. Baneblade survives again. So does the Lehman Russ with 29 HP. 237 plays 203. Looted tank on the way for PaperBaG. Shooters taking back PaperBaG's natural. heavy weapon squad on the field for NoisyElmo. Wants to suppress those knobs. They lost a member. Working on PaperBag's power now. PaperBag has huge amounts of forces, just cannot deal with this Baneblade. Demolisher cannon. Oh, lucky that those tank bosses weren't wiped. Knobs and the Warboss moving in on a Baneblade. Baneblade a bit slow to back away. Sluggers get in the way of the knobs. They now have caught it. Heavy weapon squad covering. Ouch. Tank busters barrage to displace those heavy weapon squad. Here comes a looted tank. Ouch, Demolisher cannon almost wiping knobs, in fact forces them off. Warboss trying desperately to finish off this Baneblade. It's now taking looted tank hits. Looted tank needs to be very careful now. Baneblade and Lehman Russ on it. Tank busters trying to finish off the Baneblade with barrage down to 110. Here's the second Lehman Russ. Looted tank goes down, Baneblade goes down. I think that's a decent trade for PaperBag. Did lose his knobs though, so maybe not. Didn't spot that. I thought they got away. 224 plays 194.
Sir, our advantage is slight.
Lehman Russ will surely force off these shooters. NoisyElmo very little capping power. Doing the job though. 1-to-1 cap. Guardsmen fully upgraded with plasma guns. Going for this southeast VP. Sluggers heading to it. Weird Boy level 2, Warboss level 4, Commissar Lord level 5. We have a repair bunker going down in the centre. This is going to be really annoying. Commissar Lord's going to die here though, I think. No, uses his shield to get away, does he? No, does go down. Very difficult for PaperBag to deal with. Bunker with heavy weapon squad in it and 2 Lehman Russes, which the bunker will repair. 224 plays 172. Slugger boys trying desperately to cap this VP, will be forced off though by double Lehman Russ. PaperBag needs more AV, get some looters.
Sir, we're losing a victory point out there.
Shooters unable to decap. Weird Boy working on this bunker. Levels up to 3. Doing a good job on it. Needs to be careful though. Warboss moving in on this Lehman Russ. Bunker goes down. Great job from PaperBag. Lehman Russes are now much more vulnerable. Tank busters need to move. NoisyElmo has tons of red resource. Rocket Run could be a way to end this game. Commissar Lord has been repurchased. Warboss has his heavy armor, making him hugely strong and tough. 2,139 hit points at level 5. Shooters trying to take out a generator but can't. Sluggers on the southeast side level up to 4. Them some strong sluggers. Lehman Russ taking hits from tank busters who are forced off. Ogrins on the way for NoisyElmo. This could be a big problem for PaperBaG. 222 plays 171, 2-1 cap for PaperBaG. Commissar Lord coming to decap this VP though. That's a flare. Ogrins on the field for NoisyElmo. Strong tier 2 melee unit for Imperial Guard, can get a squad leader. Sluggers forced off. They did decap this wreck point. Here comes the Warboss and tank busters. Warboss going after the Commissar Lord, I think. Gonna meet Ogrins here. There's his stomp. Runs away from those Ogrins. There's a warp vomit to save him. Shooters managed to sneak past and decap NoisyElmo's natural wreck point. 2-0 cap for PaperBaG. Has evened up the VPs. 192 plays 171. Might get a triple cap here. Nope, he looks like he's gonna just get out of there. Knobs on the way for PaperBaG. Ogrins might finish off these shooters. The tanks did it, in fact. Or blown to bits.
That's a strategic point for us, sir.
Not sure what these shooters are doing. Guarding this VP. Not firing at the Ogrins though. Now they do. Ogrins shrugging it off, decap the VP and walk away. Knobs on the field, getting the knob leader. Power Fist now on the Commissar Lord, the Fist of Brockus in fact. Sluggers forced off, didn't last long in the fight. There's a warp vomit. Warboss going after a Lehman Russ. Knobs taking a lot of damage from the Commissar Lord and Ogrins here. There is None Shall Fall from the Commissar Lord. Knobs forced off. Warboss trying desperately to take out this Lehman Russ. Tank busters are forced to retreat by Ogrins, so is the Weird Boy. 95 HP on this Lehman Russ. Warboss just not quick enough to catch it. There's a hit. One more hit would do it. Lehman Russ trying to get back to base. The base turrets will suppress the Warboss. He stopped moving the Lehman Russ. Big mistake for NoisyElmo. Warboss took it out, leveled him to 6. How is this Guardsman squad still alive? 10 HP on 3 members. NoisyElmo executing those shooters with his Power Fist very, very quickly. 108 plays 171. Huge losses for both sides. Knob squad and Ogrins both need reinforcements. One Lehman Russ is still up, level 2. Heavy weapon squad in the centre to lock down this entire area. Commissar Lord takes PaperBaG's natural for a 2-1. He's getting Emperor's Wrath. Lehman Russ shooting at sluggers. They should be able to decap though. Ouch, tank buster rear armor hits on that Lehman Russ. Swamp and popped. They now engage the Commissar Lord. There's Emperor's Wrath. Don't think it killed a knob. No, it didn't. Here come Ogrins. Warboss chasing the other Lehman Russ. Here is a rocket run. Knobs retreat just in time, I think. Just survive. 2 members of 77 HP. Full retreat from PaperBaG though. Here's a Rocks. NoisyElmo kiting away, largely avoids it. Ouch. Maybe not. A big rock hit those Ogrins and Guardsmen. Commissar Lord went down. Sluggers took PaperBaG's natural and forced off the Guardsmen. 91 plays 159. NoisyElmo lost so much stuff here. Not sure what he is saving up for. More Ogrins and cancels them, and Stormtroopers then cancels them, gets more Guardsmen. Storm Boys on the way for PaperBaG. Will counter the heavy weapon squad, which is dead. Ogrins taking PaperBaG's natural now. Looks like they'll finish the cap. They are very low on HP though. Commissar Lord is rebought. Ogrins in retreat might get caught by Knobs. Here they go. Take out one member. And the last one just gets away. Lehman Russ also very low on HP. Commissar Lord in melee with Knobs and the Warboss, not where he wants to be. Puts up his shield, but it won't last long. In fact, he is taken out. 77 plays 147, and NoisyElmo concedes. Amazing game back and forth. PaperBaG had such trouble at first with double Lehman Russ and Baneblade, but did manage to overcome it. Just brute force, I think. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.